Hi, how are you all doing? It's lovely to see everyone here. How are you doing, Lisa?
I'm good. I'm saying hi to everybody in the chat.
Oh, wow, I have the
All of our chat crew.
The John McAfee thing right here, actually.
Oh, cool.
Right now, it doesn't matter because you don't have any choice. You are provided two candidates, both of them equally as compulsive, greedy, and corrupt as the other. Does it matter? No. We have to solve one problem first. Our government lies to us constantly. We get nothing but disinformation filtered from the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, all 17 or all 14 covert government agencies, prettily packaged by politicians into some pablum that they expect us to buy, eat, and believe. And most of us do. We need, and by the way, that same government, which keeps all of its secrets from us, spies on us, its citizens, constantly. Do you realize that is the sign of an insane government? When it looks to its own citizens as the threat to their existence. And we fucking should be. They work for us. Do you understand this? They are our fucking servants. When is the last time you have been served by one of your servants? I bet you never have.
In a while.
It's gone insane. It has got to stop. We have to get truth from our government. And it's got to stop spying on us before we can do anything else.
You know, he said something there that it hit me. It's hit so much harder now. Just like I said, going back and looking at some of the old conversations, and I mean all the stuff we talked about off camera. That's like a whole nother thing. But when he said, when a government looks to its own citizens as a threat, and it really hurts me when I look at DC and have all of these.
That's what I was trying to show with this.
All of these buildings that are our buildings that are surrounded now by high fences and barbed wire, and our military patrols our houses, our monuments. And this is, he wasn't around for that. He didn't see that.
No, but he knows it. But future proves past.
And then I read an awesome quote that's super old. I've been saying it all the time. I thought I kind of, came up with, no, I didn't. It was the only thing we learn from history is that that people don't learn from history. That's what we learn, which is true. Everyone, like I say, everyone says those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it, and then they just repeat history.
Well, it doesn't help when things are being removed from history or replaced, or the winners write the history, which means we don't even know that we've been told the correct history.
Yeah.
What is history? What is the correct history? And that's where, like, when we were on with World Blockchain Roundtable, and we were talking about like what solutions and what are the biggest things, that it's not even really the money, the value. I think the greatest value in Bitcoin is the truth.
Immutability. That is, and if you can prove it's true, then it stands. And it's that was so profound. Roger, the whole reason we have all that, we do that talk, is because and I think it was off camera. Me and Roger were just talking, and he was like, "Yeah, true history, the recording of true history has never been around until the invention of blockchain." And then I was like, "Whoa, that's right.
It's very true."
And
the truth keeps you safe.
Yeah.
Because the truth stands on its own. I mean, it is what it is. Whatever it is, it is, it is. You know what I mean?
And if you're taught something, that's what you believe,
Right.
and that's just the way it is. And then if you've ever looked into like the Mandela effect, that's just a crazy thing. So many people believe something that never happened. And this was years ago. I don't know if you knew this or heard of this, but there was a school district that bought all new history books. They just bought history books,
Mm-hmm.
and in the history books they had all the presidents, and it was updated to Trump. And in Trump, it said that he was a racist.
What?
And yes, and that he was a racist, especially didn't like Mexicans. This was in the history book, and if that would have just nobody cared enough to make a big deal out
It
of it,
just would have
that
went
would have been
on.
in there. The kids would have read that, and if they'd made it through till like say now, or if that school district wasn't like more conservative or more just cared about the truth, they'd have left it in. And those kids, they would have read it. I mean, if we read a history book that said, uh, Teddy used to eat live chickens, we would just believe, oh, he's a wacky guy. He used to eat live chickens. No one would question it. It's in the history book. You're a kid.
Show me the link.
So now it's
Search it
like,
up.
like Tom said, it's whoever writes the history books. That's
Right.
So I think the immutability of blockchain in history, it's so massive for us as a species to have that now. Okay, so we want to tell you about that thing.
The
What you
thing with the thing
with the stuff?
stuff
Yeah, I always tell people I love you and all that junk and stuff.
and things and stuff.
So Bill Maher has been saying all of this stuff about truth, which it's very surprising to me because he was like the ultimate liberal, which my mother was a liberal, super liberal. At a time when that was a good thing, it was about truth, and being in.
Yeah, I also would have been a Democrat during JFK's time. You don't think so?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Because after I think it was not till Carter did they start to change.
But that's when it got weird. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Democrats were still they were still pretty racist back then. They were.
You think? Well, I guess they did come up with the KKK.
I know they were. They were
start
still.
The KKK.
They were still pretty racist back then.
But JFK like starting Sound Money or wanting to have Sound Money and all
exactly.
that.
And he was that was like the end of the old Democrat Party, and then the newer one started then. But anyway, he's so Bill Maher's saying all this, common sense stuff, which he has been saying for a while, which is very surprising. But he was talking about how the Democrat Party is a.
You just said.
No, I said Democrat. I did.
Okay.
And Tulsi Gabbard has been pissing me off with her Democratic.
I wonder. I want to call. I'm going to have to send Uncle Cliff an email and ask him. Is that on purpose? Is it a language thing?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a linguist thing? Are they two separate things, or is it just like a bad habit thing that happened?
Dude,
is it on purpose though?
I'm telling you, 3 years ago now, over 2, a little bit under 3. That's when it started.
What's the significance of it though, is what I want to know. Like why? What's the significance? Is it part of taking down the corporation? Is it showing that this democratic thing is somehow different? Is it some kind of word salad? Is it word magic?
The democratic process is what you trust. if you're a Republican or if you're not a Democrat, then you're not democratic. And they keep pushing Republicans are fascists. Republicans want to rule you. Republicans, that's everything anti-democratic is what the left and all those people push anyone else that's not them. Um, I think it's a very specific use of the word democratic um, from Democrat. Uh, but anyway, the Hodge twins, where they played this video, everything that he's saying, um, that I gotta watch it. But anyway, they were like, "Dude, we've been saying this for years. Now all of a sudden you're saying it and people are clapping." They were talking about how they had people on his show. He had people on his show who said these things like 4 years ago, and everybody laughed at them and booed them, and he and other people made fun of them. And now 5 years later, he's saying those things that like Prager, Dennis Prager was on there and said so. And who's the little Ben Shapiro? Ben Shapiro was on there, and he's like, "You made fun of them 4 years ago."
Wait, do your Ben Shapiro imitation again.
Well, I'm going to talk really fast because my name is Ben Shapiro, and this is very, very hard to talk that fast.
That's awesome.
But he's like, they were like, you're making fun of him, and now you're saying it, and your audience is like laughing and clapping their hands and think you're like so insightful. He's like, that's BS. But I should send you the smash the like button. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. I gotta make sure I smash the like button. Whoa, you've been smashing the like button. Thank you. There's 12. I didn't have to be 13. Thank you. That was good. Okay. Okay. How many people we have watching? We have 111. 111.
Yeah, and you guys make sure to leave a comment after the show on Sean's channel so that you are entered to win
money from the poor man.
Some kind of money.
The Republican Party or Democrats is the same. Who finances the parties? The same business. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true, and you're seeing that like Black Rifle Coffee. Fuck, I shouldn't say that on my channel. I'm trying to get with them too, but a lot of these corporations and just wealthy individuals, they play both sides.
Because who's gonna win?
Exactly. What if I can give $2 million? Why not give $1 million to each? That way you're hedging your bets. I think more in the old days. Now it really doesn't matter. They're just they're all the same.
More reason to get rid of that whole system, though.
Exactly. I think the system.
It's useless. It is useless. It's faulty to the point of, we know all the words that will get us in trouble.
Exactly, Daddy-o. It's like insurance. They're just hovering. That was a weird thing. What was hold on. The Legend of Zog. I thought
it's Zoggy.
But is Zog the one, the acid trip movie that Sean Connery was in?
I don't know. He's my friend from New Jersey.
Sean Connery's from?
No, Zog.
That was not even a joke, man. I literally was.
I mean, I would be happy to meet Sean Connery.
Yeah. That was
I go for the silver fox kind of guy.
Zog. All right.
I always thought he was handsome.
It's a weird movie, man. Zog. Have you ever seen Zog? No, yeah, you never saw Zog. Yeah, it's a weird movie.
Nope.
It's like you seen Logan's Run?
I've heard of it. I don't know that I've seen it.
Oh, it's one of the. It's on my wall in my living room.
We watched Troy last night.
Do you mean Tron?
No, Troy. Brad Pitt. Because we watched. They have a new version of it out where it's like the woke version on Netflix.
Really?
Where Achilles is black and he's gay, or he makes out with his cousin or something. And so I was like, this is kind of a cool movie. And then that all started happening. And I was like, why is he making out with his cousin? And that's really weird. And then my husband was like, this is not the story. This
Yeah,
is
that's
not the
weird.
right. And so then we watched the right one last night, or the right.
You should watch Logan's Run. That's
Okay.
classic. It is actually, it's weird, kind of on topic. So in that movie, it's in the future, and they control everyone population by when you're 30. That's it. You're gone. You're done. And
Logan's Run?
yeah.
Oh.
And people are led to believe by the government that at 30 you go to carousel, where you all go and they do this like ritual thing in front of everyone, and you go to like the next level. So it's like paradise and all that, but they really just kill you.
Oh, I don't think I'll watch that.
It's 70s
Sounds
sci-fi.
awful.
So no, it's 70s sci-fi. So you just disappear.
Okay.
But
okay, not scary.
It's like no.
Okay.
But then there's police, which there's not really police for policing because it's like paradise. You just want to just do whatever you want, have fun, pursue your art, have sex, whatever. But if somebody doesn't want to go to carousel when they're 30, they take off, and everyone has like a crystal in their hand. So they track them down, then they kill them, and then they don't get to go to paradise if they get shot. So that's what these runners are. And then
I am.
So
happy 29th again to me.
Yeah, I was 29 for a long time. That was,
Yeah.
it's my email, Sean29 forever. And I did that when I was like 32, and it was funny.
That's
now
funny.
it's
Now people are like, what is that? What's your email?
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I know. It was funny, 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. It's funny.
Yeah.
But 20 years ago? No, like 15 years ago. Anyway, so then Logan is the guy who goes after this one chick, and he doesn't want to kill her, and there's a network of how they get out of the city, where everyone lives in a city, but their symbol is an ankh, it's a cross. So anyway, he finds out about it, then he takes her, and they leave. They take off, they run, and they meet an old guy, and they're like freaked out because they've never seen anyone over 30 ever, and they're like, oh, your face is like got wrinkles and all, but they're in the Library of Congress is where they find him. So but it's weird how like the government controls the thought process of everyone. Anyway, it's a cool movie.
That sounds very cool.
288 viewers. Yes. Oh, so remember, we're on World Blockchain Roundtable, me and Lisa were, and they had like a couple hundred viewers. And then Dave says something about money, banks, and something else.
Yeah.
And literally 10 seconds later, it dropped to 4.
Mm-hmm. It says 4.
Yeah, it said 4. It was pretty odd. And this, I've had like 500 viewers. And then when its stream ends, it says I had 125.
Mm-hmm. My numbers are so down. I was having like anywhere from 1,000 to 2,500 people watching my streams. Now all of a sudden, I can't get above 300. If you go look on the YouTubers, and I'm like, can't. It's frustrating because and then we got the email about the Google AdSense accounts being canceled, which somebody said that doesn't matter. It's not going to affect your income, which I don't make much from that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you get your income.
Well, but
YouTube doesn't send you a check; it goes through AdSense.
So you think it still is going to affect it?
I think
Because I thought it would, and then the guy was like in the crypto influencer chat thing. He was like, "Oh no, they're two separate things. They're doing that because they're not gonna be paying you through that way anymore. They're gonna pay you directly
Oh, so maybe they will pay you
through YouTube." Is what he had said. I don't know if it's
That would be
true.
cool. That would be cool.
And then yeah, but most of my support comes from my Patreon. I don't make
I don't have
crap on YouTube.
You were supposed to show me how to do Patreon.
Yeah, I would love to.
that.
That's where like I have people on my Patreon, my patrons can like email me directly, message me, all that. Like I can do Zoom calls. In fact, I just was talking with Josh, who does all Big Swears video stuff, and we're going to start working on something to try to put more content out on my on that for my patrons. And anyway, it'll be good.
So wasn't Zog like this giant head that would
He's a giant
out,
beard in my life.
Float out and then like vomit guns to the people. And then
it would be cool if he sent guns.
They had the raiders to kill each other. And they had the raiders just go around and like kill people and rape them and do it. It's a very like if you can imagine the most trippiest, acidiest 60s movie, you got it. That is it. And then Sean Connery is one of the, I forget what they're called, but they're like the guys that catch the runners. And he climbed up into the head, and then he rides it back to where like the elitists live, and they have like a perfect community, but they have like a force field around where they live. And then of course he creates havoc and destroys everything. It's pretty. It's a really trippy movie. It's a very trippy movie.
Sounds like it.
All right. Sheeple. What is it about sheep that? Oh, Tom McDonald. His new song is Sheeple. That's what it was.
It
just came out this week. You don't know who Tom McDonald is?
No, I don't think so.
You know who was Brian Calhoun?
Nope.
You should look up Tom McDonald. He's pretty awesome. And I hate rap now. I think rap nowadays is just the most terrible music there is. Hip hop. It's just it's worthless and there's no soul to it at all. Probably maybe like 2010 was the last anything was really good, and that's pushing it. Norm Macdonald, another good one. But yeah, I have probably Tom McDonald stuff is awesome. I hate new rap. Old rap, yeah, it was good. I mean, Grandmaster Melly Mel's on my channel is my trailer. He invented it. He invented rap.
I think I need a new trailer. You were going to help me with that, right?
Yeah, I can.
We were going to work on some videos and stuff.
I like your intros were so good. I'll give you something different. I can make something different for you. I made Rice's.
Oh yeah.
All his stuff, yeah.
Cool.
I just did it for his birthday.
Oh, my birthday's coming up.
Tom McDonald's awesome. Love his videos. He's always speaking the real truth. Yeah. He is just really powerful. The imagery is crazy powerful, and the lyrics are really, really powerful.
Wouldn't it be cool when one day you can speak the truth in America?
It sounds like
freely.
Sounds like a McDonald's song, yeah.
Like that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, it will be again when you can speak the truth again.
So it's like Bryson Gray. You know who Bryson Gray is?
No. Who's
so
Bryson Gray?
He's a rapper, and he texts me a song every Friday. I would play it on yours, but you'll get banned.
Yeah.
He did Ashley Biden's Diary.
How do you spell it?
Brysongray.
Gray.
He's Christian. He also sang a song about Martha's Vineyard.
You
Evil rulers.
I see it. I see him. Drag queens.
New song, Shadow Band.
He's like Loza.
Already 18.
Loza Alexander. Hey, we're just talking about current rap stuff. So Tom McDonald wasn't a singer. Wasn't a singer, dude. I'll bring Tom McDonald up. I'll do it now. Well, that's us. Loza Alexander. Have you listened to him yet?
No.
He did a Let's Go Brandon.
Oh, okay.
And his new song. He's got a new thing.
Then yes, I have. If
Trump
that's him,
dance. You should do that as a challenge.
I don't dance in public.
Tom McDonald. Here we go.
No thanks.
Tom McDonald. Let me share.
Are you sending it to me on Twitter?
I wish I could play his music. There you go. Riot.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah, this is the new one, Sheeple.
Nice.
But his stuff's really, really No Lives Matter.
Wow.
There's The System. That's a good one. People So Stupid. That's a good one.
Oh, yes. I've tweeted a meme about that today.
If I was black,
dear plexiglass, thank you for keeping me safe from all these items that person on the other side of the plexiglass is touching that I'm going to then take into my home.
Fake woke. I watched this today. Alice was giving me crap about it. Brainwashed, snowflakes. That's a good one too.
Might have to be something I check out. That looks good.
Yeah, he's really talented. What's crazy is about when it comes to Tom McDonald, talking about shadow banning and all that. That's a kind of good thing to go over. So he is independent, 100%. Doesn't want to have anything to do with any kind of centralized distribution or anything. So, and also Calhoun is another really, really big one. So they come together and they want to do like a collaboration CD, and they make it, and they go to put it out, and everything's music is digital. And I don't know the last time I bought a CD, and since they're independent, they sell their own CDs from their website. That's where you order, your physical CDs. And basically, the long story short is they would have crushed the number one on Billboard when they released their album, and Billboard wouldn't accept their numbers.
Yeah.
And they said, no, we only accept this or this. And he goes, we're independent. We don't go through that. And he goes, here's, but still they were like number 3 or number 2 on the charts, even based on that. And that wasn't taking into account all these people that bought the CD through them.
Well, that's what's happening with Bryson. He was 18 on the charts. He's like, let's get it to number 1. Yeah. But that's not going to happen because.
And that's the thing with Loza Alexander. What happened was he put out Let's Go Brandon, and they weren't expecting it. So it blew up as number 1 like crazy.
Then they geofenced it.
Well, then he comes in with Bitler. And
yes, you told me about that one.
Amazon puts it out. It's number one. Apple's like, no, this promotes violence. This promotes racism or whatever. What? So they won't do it. So it was banned on. I know Apple and I think Spotify or something else, but only place that you could get it was Amazon. And every time I asked for Alexa to play it, she would not play it. I'd be like, hey, play Bitler. And then she's like, sure, I'll play Mariah Carey. And I'm like, no, play Bitler by Los Alexander. Playing, AC/DC Back in Black. And I'm like, no. So I would have to go and like literally force her to play it.
That's crazy.
It was a little weird. But yeah, Tom McDonald, Calhoun, those were both really, really good. And then I started watching Los Alexander. And Los Alexander, he was going to have a collab with like this big rapper. And then the guy pulled out at the last minute because he's very pro, Trump and all that. So it's
too risky for his taste. Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah, Tom McDonald explains like everything with the music business and how he did videos on it, and because everything, like he does everything with his girlfriend, like I mean from packing and shipping out like CDs and all that. And I'm talking like tens of thousands that they do all the time. Remember you call a radio station? Or yes, I remember those. Those are I can't imagine that you can't do that. I would hate to grow up in a time where you can't do that. How can you not do that for a girl now?
To call in a radio station? Heck no, I don't think you can call in a radio station.
That's terrible.
Well, maybe you can. I don't know. I don't ever listen to like a radio station.
Yeah.
I listen to like Sirius when I'm in my car. So I'm listening to like Bloomberg or
a friend of mine
news or
named Brian. He sent me these pictures. Let me see if I can pull it up from like old high school yearbook. And we started talking. I was like, man, life was so much simpler back then. He was like, amen, brother. Where is it? Let me see. What is that? Oh, that's me. Let's get rid of that.
Is that like an old picture?
No. Or is it? There we go.
Yes, Phil C. Dedication songs. What would it be? Friday night or what night would that be? And there'd be like dedication
all the time, man. I would always call up and do that. Radio stations used to do this. Yeah, they still did. Like
Daddy,
a couple years ago. I remember listening to that. This is an old one. That's Frank. He still looks the same. That's Scotty. Talk about a proper mullet.
Scotty.
That's Troy. He's a little fella. Me and Troy are still good friends. There's old Sean.
Aw, the football player.
Whoops.
Be careful what you share.
There was one. Yeah, there. Look at those glasses. Look at how huge they were, man. So I told him, I was like, man, those glasses are huge. He's like, that's what Troy said.
That's funny. Too funny. Well, have we saved the world?
Long time listener, first time caller.
Chanson.
It's
got a great beat and I want to dance to it. That's from what was that? The Soul Train or whatever, the TV show. And they'd say, or American Bandstand. Remember American Bandstand, like when we were kids?
Clark, yeah.
Yeah, and they would say, what do you like about this song? It's got a great beat. You can dance to it.
Kevin Bacon was on American Bandstand.
There's a recent Kevin Bacon thing. Hold on.
Well, just one of the dancers. It was funny, like from the 70s.
Bringing him up. There's a recent thing about Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon has just resurfaced.
Kevin Bacon never went away. He's Kevin Bacon.
6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, right?
He's Kevin Bacon, yep.
Everybody knows Kevin Bacon. Oh, God. What was the Kevin Bacon thing this weekend? Did I send it to you?
Mm-mm. No, solid gold. That's where we're thinking about, Jim. Thank you.
Solid gold.
Solid.
Yes.
Remember the solid gold dancers?
Solid gold.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dr. Demento, Phil. You know, there's a Dr. Demento. There's a movie coming out with that Weird Al, and Dr. Demento's in it because obviously Dr. Demento found him and did everything for his career. But yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Okay, it's something about him losing most of his fortune to Bernie Madoff.
Yeah.
Biggest Ponzi scheme. But then he also is going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy, a holiday special coming up. This is a rumor, but most likely true. But that's also a woo-woo thing. Because you know Guardians of the Galaxy, the whole bit. Where is it?
Kevin Bacon was one of really amazing movie. I wasn't obsessed with revenge. Like as a little kid, like my favorite book was The Count of Monte Cristo.
So
I'm obsessed with revenge.
Okay.
But
speaking of revenge, though, that's what this is about. So in 2008, you know what we're about to live through is because they kicked the can down the road in 2008, and the people paid for it, right? And if everybody is 6 degrees from Kevin Bacon, like it kind of relates that it happened to all of us. Like I think this is what this is trying to, and Ken Griffith, they say is who Bernie Madoff still exists. He goes by the name of Ken Griffin. I've never heard that. What happened to you in 2008 is still happening to many others. Here, I'm going to send this to you. This is a story that they're talking about. So they're going to start talking about, hopefully, the 2008 stuff again. And hopefully people wake up and go, now, wait, what happened? Because remember when we were on World Blockchain Roundtable and Dave said, yeah, you know, is it Iceland that he just went to?
Yeah.
He said in Iceland, they jailed their bankers for doing that shit to them.
Yep.
They put them in jail.
And we didn't.
We didn't. We just said, oh, here, take our homes from us.
Who was it that said that? I don't know. I forget who it was. It was like Elon Musk or Assange or someone. It was like, yeah, we're talking about like the CIA and how they've done like all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, all these things happened and stuff came out, and there was no like big investigation, and nobody went to prison for anything. So of course they wouldn't do it again. You know, it's like, yeah. But yeah, no, and no one, not one person, not one banker, nothing, nobody got in trouble.
Even when they do like get in trouble, so they'll make like on that Dirty Money series, you'll watch some of those, they'll make billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, and they get slapped with $1 million fine.
Or I made that
less.
point for remember when Facebook had the big
oh yeah,
I'm gonna say quadriga, but it was this huge what was it?
Are you talking about the wallets or the hack?
No, when they sold all the information to that something Cambridge Analytica, the whole big Cambridge Analytica thing, right? And they went after them and they made them pay. They hit them with the biggest fine in the history of fines, and it was almost 1 month of Facebook's income. It's literally,
and none of it went to any of the people who were violated.
Right, but I remember saying this. It's literally like if you commit murder and rape, and then they fine you $2,500, $3,000, whatever you make a month. That's exactly what happened.
Insane.
You know, if nobody, you can't do money when it comes to like these people.
No,
somebody has to get locked up. Someone has to lose their freedom.
Yes,
because it doesn't. You can't find them enough money.
Money doesn't matter to them. Yeah, you can't possibly find them money. That's
It would have to be like $25 billion or a trillion, something. When you look at how much money Facebook makes, it should be like at least, I mean, the huge crime, it should be like 5 years of their income.
And they've been paying bribes for a long time to all kinds of people. You charge them, you're just telling them how much your bribe is if you find them.
Yeah. I mean, if you
literally just adding another person to their list.
And even if you get off without going to jail, you're going to be paying at least a DWI. You could be hit for like a year's worth of your income. For your average, average person, a year's worth of your income, 10 months worth of your income for that one thing. And that's a DWI. You didn't kill anyone. You didn't hit anyone. That's just a DWI. So it should be at least a year's worth of income for Facebook. And that's something that for in Europe they did with that GDPR thing. I remember when it came out, when I was working for Microsoft, and it was a huge thing because they did it by the size of your company. So if you're a mom and pop store and you break that law, you get fined, $2,000. But if you're a multi-billion-dollar company, it's a percentage of what you make is what your fine is. Yeah. So they took it much
like the flat tax.
Exactly. And they took it much more serious, which was definitely the way to go. If you're not going to, actually make anyone pay you by locking them up.
Criminals.
DUIs are so expensive. I've never had one.
Me neither.
I've never drank and drove.
I try to be really careful. Yeah. Uber now and all that, there's really no reason.
Well, you
call a friend. Like, don't be stupid.
When I was 19,
it could hurt.
I had 2 kids because I had twins, right?
Oh.
And I was.
You had to be hyper responsible.
But I was a delivery driver for Domino. So if I got a DUI, I lost my job. So I'm like, I can't lose my job. I have to provide for my family. And then I had 4 kids, like a year and a half.
Immediately later, yes.
So it's like, hey, man, you want to have a beer? So I was like, no. I don't even want to have like an accident. Like, I mean, like, the breathalyzers or it's close. I was like, I can't have anything. There was nothing. So I was always like horrified that I would get a DUI and lose my job. And then when if I worked at Domino's as assistant manager, even if you weren't a driver, you couldn't work there if you had a DUI. So this was something I was super petrified of.
That's good that you had that drive to protect your family, provide for your family, and all that. Like, we need more of that.
Yeah, we do.
Maybe people would make better choices,
Well, anything else you wanted to hit on or go for? I thought you had a lot.
I think we hit a lot. I really just, the BlackRock information, I wanted to touch on the news, the Bitcoin thing.
Yeah, I think it's part of a bigger.
Touching some of that.
I mentioned we didn't really go over. I think we're heading into a time in our history where it's going to start being a thing. Not for like small companies, but I think these massive mega companies like BlackRock, like what Gates is doing, how they're buying up everything, they're getting to a position where they're going to be able to control so much of people's lives that they would literally be like an enemy. I mean, if you have a good government, a good state government, and they have the people's best interests at heart, they're not going to let BlackRock be like a slumlord and, control all, like 90% of low income housing. There's just one private company that controls that. That's it's, I guess, like a monopoly. And that's something I disagree with when it comes to John. John's like, I believe in monopolies. Monopolies are great, which is true if capitalism worked in America. But
that would almost be like a communism, though, want that, though. Or would that be socialism?
No,
monopoly.
Because
wanting monopolies.
John believed that, hey, if you're big enough to where you've become a monopoly, then you must be doing great work. And and giving the best service. And it's not like that
Oh
anymore,
no, he knows better than
because
that.
you're bribing, you're
Yeah.
getting that way by crushing your competition and not by winning and doing better for
Yeah,
your
and or manipulating with
right.
others. Yeah,
So
that's not accurate.
I can see his point. Let's like Berwick. You know, I want to say I at heart I'm an anarchist, and like Rice, I believe anarchy is the
In the
best
true
thing.
sense of the word. Yeah.
It's the best thing. It's the awesome, but human beings can't do it because there's just too much evil still in the world. You know, the strong want to prey on the weak and want to take what they have. There's too much greed. There's too much. It can't work. You have to have some kind of government there just for protection. So that's not something you have to worry about. I think it needs to be tiny, and I think it needs to be totally. And that's the thing, because of the evil in men's hearts. It needs to be scared of the people. I would like to say that it needs to, just out of love, want to protect the people, but that's not true. It's not going to happen. It should fear the people, and it should fear hurting the people. Um, yeah, it's crony capitalism that we're living under, and that's what like has disillusioned, I think, our youth to where they don't think capitalism works because they don't know the difference between capitalism and crony capitalism. Um, and like I've made the point, which pisses MAGA people off, that Trump did one of the most socialist things that has ever been done with a huge bailout of the airline industry. That's not capitalism. Capitalism, these assholes that overcharge, these assholes that book extra people on their flight and then screw them over, these assholes that drag people off of their flight, and all, they deserved to lose. And companies like Southwest and other companies, they have done well, and they've worked hard to provide a good service for their customers. They should be the ones that win. It's not like if the airline industry goes under, that all the airplanes disappear. They're
Right.
still there. That's when Southwest gets to buy them for like
Nothing. Yeah.
10 cents on the dollar.
Right.
So the consumer wins, and the people that did the most work for their customers, provided the best service, they win. That's capitalism. But when the government comes in and takes a bunch of taxpayer money that they've taken from people that's supposed to go for to protect the country and to provide for, when they give it to super rich people anyway, to bail that out and make it basically a zombie economy. That's not how capitalism works. That's crony capitalism. That's socialism. Um, that's the government, basically paying for that industry. And that was done under a Republican president. That was one of the worst things he could have done. But
Oh wow. Guess what? If you go to Kevin Bacon's well, I don't know that
I don't
that's
remember the
right.
last time I had bacon. I really don't.
Go to Kevin Bacon's Twitter, and it says they is streaming on Peacock. I've never even heard of that.
Peacock?
I guess like NBC.
I have Peacock. Yeah, it's good. You know Peacock?
Huh. I don't know Peacock.
Isn't Ted Lasso on Peacock?
Is it free? Or is it like a Netflix thing?
I think it's kind of free. Like if you have AT&T, or that means you can get it free. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Protect the people, not corporations. What's on
Okay.
Peacock?
I'm
There's
going to
good
go
stuff on
down this
Peacock.
whole Kevin Bacon rabbit hole. So
Is Ted Lasso on Peacock?
I have no idea.
Have you watched Ted Lasso?
No,
Really?
I don't know what that is either.
Man, show is so good.
Really?
Oh God, yes. It is awesome. Ted Lasso is on. How can I? No, Ted Lasso's on Apple.
Okay.
Apple.
I have Apple.
It's on Apple TV.
I have Apple TV.
Oh, dude, go watch that now.
Okay.
It's
I'm going to probably go have dinner first, but
it's so funny and so good. It's an awesome show. Yeah, listen to Tom McDonald and watch Ted Lasso.
We all have homework. You guys heard it here.
Dude, that's like I wish I could like hear that for the first time. That's why these reaction channels. Have you ever watched those?
Yes, my son loves those. And my husband, I say my son, my husband loves the ones of Black people listening to country music, especially what is the song, I Believe.
So many of them are fake though, but I love, because I remember the first time I found it, and it's like, all right, this is this is Van Halen, and they do sing this song, or this is Leonard Skinner Simple Band. It's like they're hearing it for the first time. It's like, dude, if I could, I remember like the first time I heard something like, and I was 10 or 12, and the impact it had. But it's like, man, you did not hear this song. You're an adult in America. You heard this. You heard it in ads or movies or something. But some people are like, yeah, I think I heard this song before. But there's like this one family of these kids. They're like in their 20s or whatever. But they listen to songs, and they're pretty good. But a lot of them are fake. They're but they get good views, and they're probably making money.
Views. It's all about the views. All right, I'm gonna go and have some dinner. You guys, thanks for joining us.
Yes, please crush the like button before you go. Make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment afterwards, so you are registered to win yourself some crypto.
Yeah. If you're watching here, make sure you go watch the first half over on my channel.
And I'm going to leave you with. I'm supposed to say I need about 350. Yeah, I'm supposed to say I need about 350. I'll leave you a John's speech that
oh, good. I'm sure I can hear the volume.
America is not the government, people. The America is you. It is the Grand fucking Canyon, the Rocky Mountains, the deserts of the Southwest, the Pacific fucking Ocean, the Atlantic fucking Ocean. It is the grandest continent. And what the fuck